Okay, so now that we have our shelf pieces and our top pieces together, these top pieces are gonna, sit like this. Shelf pieces are gonna sit in here. We're gonna start with the shelf pieces, and the shelf pieces are gonna stick out down here, so we need to cut a little notch on either end. But we're gonna do this sort of one at a time, moment by, piece by piece, side by side, to make sure that they all fit really nicely. So we're just going to start with just measuring the distance. I'll have my glasses on. To the edge, and it should be 1 inch, and that's what it is. Okay? And then, of course, it should be a 1/2 inch tall. And that's what it is. So we're going to go 1 inch in, 1/2 inch. So we're going to go a 1/2 inch in. 1 inch in. That should be our cut. Which will allow it to sit in there. Actually, I take that back. It's not going to be a 1/2 inch. It's got to be 1 inch in because we want to have the full depth. Right? I do a 1/2 inch? Oh, I did a 1/4 inch. Whoops. I wonder why that was so small. Do a 1/2 inch. Why that was looking so small. It should be 1/2 that. All right, so that's what we need to cut out. So we're going to go and we're going to set up the bandsaw option over on our saw stop there, and we'll then go ahead and we got everything set up. We'll cut it out. Well, that fits. Now, it's not going to fit perfect because I got to cut off the other end, but it looks like that should work pretty well. So now we got to measure this exact distance between these two, so I know where to start the next cut in from here. We want to have that nice and exact so it fits right to this one. I will be labeling these so I know which side goes to which. But we'll go from here and measure this up and go from here. Okay, so we got this measured up. We'll cut this. Now this is a little longer than we need, but we'll get this cut first and then we'll trim this down. go. Had to be a little creative. How do I cut that? Because this was too long to fit in here. But we got to cut. We'll measure between the two, get the exact measurement, and then we'll cut it off. Cut this off. 14 and what is that? 9/16. Measure that up. Okay, so we got that cut. Originally I measured it a little too short, but I eyeballed it and realized it was too short, so did it. Let's see how it fits. Good. I prefer a little bit more of a snug fit on that end, but looks good. So now we're going to do that process for all 4 sides. Get all 4 sides lined up, and then we will cut the miters on each of them once we get all 4 sides done. So now to get the right miters, I have a miter saw. I can set it to 45 degrees, but I need to make sure it fits in the corner just right. So we're going to try something here, and we're going to look over the camera. Just put this in the corner. I'm going to eyeball it to line up just to this corner, and then we're going to draw a line. The line is not quite to the corner, so when I cut, I want to probably cut just to the inside of that line. Do that to the other one, and then we'll cut it. This corner is the reason why I'm trying to do it this way, because you can see there's just a little bit of a gap here. It's hard to see on the video, but there's a little bit of a gap. And what I don't want to do is go 45 from this corner up, because it will leave a big gap there. So we will line this up in the corner, tip it just where it looks like. And give me that line. Now we'll cut those. Okay, so it's gonna be a little hard to see. I've got them seated in here, looking very nice. Sticking right out there to the edge, giving us a nice little reveal. And then you'll see the miters. That one's pretty good. This one's okay. That one is pretty good, and that one is pretty good. So that's what they're going to look like as I go through all. So now we are going to glue and nail these pieces in and lock them in place. Figure we might as well just run these all at once, and once they're all in, then I can tap them down. Get them all secured. Make sure they fit nicely in with one another. Before I tap them all in. All right, a 2. A 3. And a 4. Awesome. So we'll go and put a couple of brads in here. Down nice and tight. I'm only going to do a couple on each side because this is a very visual spot, so I want to try and hide these brads a little bit. Not have too much nails visible. And there we go. All right, well, take these clamps off. The clamps really just there to help with the glue sticking the whole way. There you go. Got the little shelf piece on. All right, well, at this point, we got 3 more to do, and then we'll do the tops.